So here's a little backstory, sis. When I just moved to New York City, I hated it here. From the culture shock to facing the reality that I just lost everything in my business, it took me a hot minute to really find my footing now that I'm going through a divorce with 2 children. And I can say this reinvention process has taught me a lot. Now, I am nowhere near perfect in figuring out my life, but I feel as though I'm at a place where I am comfortable in becoming who I know God has called me to be. And that is exactly what I want to share with you in this video. So if it is you're going through any major life changes, sis, that has caused you to change from the person that you are used to, this video is for you. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So now that I'm finally ready for the day, I think that we need to go ahead and make ourselves our favorite brevi. Now for me, if you guys know, I'm all about matcha, and because fall season is my favorite season, I'm going to go ahead and make myself a wonderful warm matcha. Or maybe I should do an iced matcha today. I think I'm going to do an iced matcha because I found this creamer, and oh my god, I need to show you guys this creamer, because if you are not yet leveled up for your fall season, girl, you need to go ahead and grab this creamer because I know you will enjoy it. Whether you drink coffee or like me, who is a matcha girl, let me show you what it actually looks like. So this is the creamer, you guys. It is a caramel apple crumble, and when I say it is so delicious, I love the flavor that it gives off. It is very sweet but has a apple taste to it at the same time, so I really like the taste that it gives off. And we're going to make this in the form of a matcha, and we're going to sit down and of course have a FaceTime talk as to how we can reinvent ourselves after major life changes. Let's go. This is a pumpkin spiced caramel apple crumble matcha. That sounds like a lot, but that's what we're going to be having right now for our FaceTime talk. And I have myself here a very cute straw that I know is super feminine and cute. It's just a really cute drink that we can have while we go ahead and dive into a very, in my opinion, sensitive topic. And something that came to my mind as I was getting ready, it really shook me, you guys. It really took me off guard because I was not necessarily looking for that answer that I got when I was really asking myself, what does reinvention mean? What does it mean to reinvent yourself? Why do you even need to reinvent yourself in the first place? And the only thing that could literally come to my mind as I was getting ready, you guys, is that reinvention is a process of you becoming somebody that you are not. It is literally us becoming a version of ourselves that we are not yet familiar with. It is a version of us that we do not know. It is a version of us that we are yet to discover, and based on the circumstances that we are in at the moment is what will give us that drive to find this new version of us. So I know that many persons may be asking themselves, how do I reinvent myself? Why do I need to even reinvent myself in the first place? It is simply because you are not okay with where you are right now, or maybe it's just some life changes like motherhood, divorce, you relocating from where you originally used to live, or certain things just changed in your life that is different from what you are used to, and so you have to make some life changes. Now, you reinventing yourself is more like an upgrade to who you are right now. So it's not you decreasing as a person. It is you leveling up with your characteristics, how you see yourself, the person you want to become. All these things are a part of your reinvention process, but I want you to be very much aware at this point that the only reason why you would be reinventing yourself is to discover a version of you that you are not yet. And for me, I feel like this is a very solid definition, because I kid you not when I say my life has been so much different from 5 years ago, 6 years ago, even 10 years ago. And I have to be going through this reinvention process. I became a mom of 2. I'm going through divorce. I'm living in a whole new country. And so having all these major life changes have caused me to go on a journey of reinventing me. Finding out who this version of myself is now, and how is it that I can go for it and ensure that I'm still living life to the fullest based on the plans that God have for my life. Now I want to really dive into motherhood and us reinventing ourselves after we become moms. Most of the times we lose ourselves in motherhood. I am speaking from complete experience. We find that we're not able to live out life how we had planned as adults, and even though we knew that motherhood was a part of our dream in our adult life, we did not expect it to consume our life so much. We did not want it to be our overall identity, where from the minute we wake up in the mornings till we go back to sleep at night, the only thing we do is take care of other people. And I felt as though I lost myself in motherhood for a minute. Now I can say motherhood for me has really shifted my identity and perspective on life. I felt as though it took away a big chunk of who I am as a person. I felt as though it was all about my children on a day-to-day basis, and I just could not find my footing. I could not find that space where I was able to prioritize them while also looking out for my own well-being. How was I going to ensure that I was not losing out on my own dreams? How could I do this both ways? How could I ensure that both parties were winning, myself and my children? And so it took me a minute, you guys, to really sit down, and I keep saying it took me a minute because I want you to really understand that it took me a hot minute, and I'm still learning in this phase of my life. I am nowhere near perfect. I am nowhere near complete in figuring out my life while being a mother. I am still on this journey, hence the reason why I believe God has pushed me so much into creating YouTube content, especially surrounding me evolving my life and my self-love journey, my healing journey, my self-discovery journey, because he wants us to understand that, look, you are still able to live your life even though you are doing his work in being a mother. And that is something that he poured into my spirit a few days ago, where I was really disgruntled that I should have been further in life, and I felt as though my children were one of the number one reasons why I could not progress how I want to progress. And God had to remind me then and there that having children is the greatest gift on earth, and that is giving birth. When you're able to multiply and reproduce and to put new people here on earth is one of the biggest blessings and one of God's number one purpose for women here on earth. So I had to take that step back, and I had to recalculate and figure out, okay, so if this is one of the number one things that God chose me to do, and that is to become a mother, it simply means that he trusts me enough to not just take care of my own life, but to take care of the life of little beings as well, who will in the future come up to be, I hope, good citizens of this world. So if God chose us as mothers to carry these little beings while also pour into ourselves, he's saying to us that we not only have the ability to take care of ourselves, but we also have the ability to carry, birth, and nurture these little beings into human beings who will later on come and take over this world in a positive way. So I felt really good within myself that I was a part of the chosen ones who God chose to become a mother. And as I'm learning every single day to not look at motherhood as a burden or as a setback in my life, this is where I have started to really discover how is it that I can pour into my children while not leaving myself behind. I know that's not the only plan that God has for my life, and I'm sure it's not the only plan that he has for you as well. But the bottom line is, who is this version of ourselves that we now need to be? Who is this new version of ourselves that we are called to be in the phase of motherhood? Does it mean that we should give up our entire dreams because we now have children to take care of? I highly believe that this is not so. And so as I'm on this journey of reinventing myself, know that I'm a mom of two, also going through a divorce. So I'm not just a mom of two, but a single mom of two going through divorce. I have to now discover who this version of me is. What are the things that I want for myself? How is it that I can still take care of my children while also ensuring that I am living out my dreams? I'm living each day not just in survival mode, but I'm living with purpose. I'm living with intention. I feel as though I am evolving as a person every single day, and that has been my goal mission for the last year, you guys. And so as God is bringing me through this reinvention process, as I'm learning to discover this new version of me, also living in a whole new country. If you do not know, I'm a native Jamaican. I moved to the US 4 years ago, and when I say the culture shock hit me so hard, I cried for at least a full year. I kid you guys not. I cried for at least a full year because I could not adjust to the fast New York City lifestyle, and everything here was just different. The food was different, the culture was different, the people were different, and I could not adjust to this new lifestyle of being in a whole new country, then becoming a mom of a little baby girl as well, and just having to experience this entire life shift. It took me a hard minute, you guys, to call this place home, as well as to get myself comfortable here. I have settled in somewhat where I can start my reinvention process and is somewhat seeing the changes as I go on this life journey. I kid you guys not, if you have never tried matcha, we don't need to be friends. Like, if you have never, my camera is out of focus because it's focusing on the matcha, which it should, because if you're still drinking coffee and you have never tried matcha, like, girl, what are you doing? Coffee leaves you feeling like crap at the end of your day. Matcha does not. So if you have not tried yourself a matcha, the next time you go to a coffee shop, order matcha instead of coffee. All right, let's get back to what we are really speaking about, and that's how we can reinvent ourselves after major life changes. And these are some of the tips that I came up with that I can use every single day to not just feel as though I am stuck in the circle of motherhood, but also pouring into myself and looking out for myself. If you guys watch my last video, you would realize that most of the mornings I wake up from 5 a.m. And the reason why I do this is just to pour into myself, just to love on myself. In this time, I do nothing that concerns motherhood. Now, I must say I have a toddler. She is 2 years old, and most of the time she would wake up around this time with me, and I will try my very best to get her back to bed. But my sole purpose in getting up at this time is to do my exercise, is to do my self-care, is to do whatever activity I need to do to pour into myself. It is not to do dishes, it is not to tidy my apartment, it is not to do anything that is domestic. It is solely to pour into myself. At this time, I get to do my hair, I get to do my makeup, I get dressed, I go slow, I do my devotions, I do my exercise. Whatever it is that I need to do within this time, I go ahead and I do this just to pour into me. This is where I also use the opportunity to do my content creation. Whatever it is that I can use to pour into myself, to focus on me, is what I do between 5 a.m. and 7 a.m. when I have to wake up my son to go to school. And then in the day, I take a little 5 minutes to focus on myself. At this time, my baby girl would be sleeping. My son is at school. So it is the perfect time for me to take that step back and say, you know what, girl, now is when you're going to have a glass of wine, or you're going to watch a quick YouTube video, or you're just going to relax. You're also going to take a nap, or you're going to focus on whatever entrepreneurship business that you want to do. You are going to go ahead within this time and you're going to do this. Don't take that time to be focusing on any form of domestic work or something that concerns anybody else. You need to take this time to just pour into you. I must say that it took me a while to figure out how is it that I can set a schedule that matches me and not one that matches my children. And I feel like that is the mistake that most of us moms make. We make our schedules around our children instead of making our schedules around us. And one of the things that I also went ahead and I did within this process of reinventing myself as a mother, I have prioritized meal prep. I am tired of getting up every single day and the only thing I do is be in the kitchen cooking breakfast, lunch and dinner. Like, girl, no. I cook on a Sunday, I cook on a Wednesday, and I may cook on a Friday, and this allows me time to focus on myself. So I cook enough food that I can put in my fridge, and I cook things that I know my children will also enjoy. And once that is done for the day, girl, that is it. It goes in the fridge, and when it is dinner time, I share and I get back to me. I focus on myself, and this gives me such a big break. It has taken off so much burden off me, knowing that every single day I don't have to be figuring out what am I going to give them, what am I going to eat. I meal prep, I put my food aside, and not just being so caught up in doing domestic work or motherly duties overall. So earlier on today I did my meal prep, and I want to share that video with you guys. So I'm going to insert that clip right here and take you guys along my meal prep so you can be inspired as well if it is that you need to go ahead and meal prep, girl, so that you can have time to focus on yourself. So I do hope you guys enjoyed my little meal prep session. Now let's get back to how is it that we can actually go ahead and live out our dreams as mothers. One thing that I have been called to by God, and that is content creation. I am a corporate girly. I've always been a corporate girly. I have a bachelor's degree in accounting, and most of my 20s is in the field. I worked in the field of accounting, so your girl is a corporate girly, right? I am a full corporate girly. However, I have a heart for entrepreneurship. I love entrepreneurship, you guys. I feel like I have a strong calling to entrepreneurship, and so in 2020 I opened my dream business and it did not work out how I planned. I lost every single thing in that business, and it left me in a very empty space in my life. And as I was about to go back to the corporate world, God literally said to me, girl, you ain't going back to the corporate world. You are going to do YouTube. And I was like, God, what did you say? What the hell is YouTube? I didn't even know what YouTube was at that time, you guys. But he literally said to me, you're not going back to the corporate world. It takes up too much of your life. You are consumed in just living out every single day of your life at work, and you're going to go do YouTube. And I want you to not just do YouTube, but I want you to do lifestyle content. Ooh, like what? I just got a revelation a while ago, you guys. Like, I'm talking to you and I literally just got a revelation a while ago while I'm speaking to you guys. You see, it is so important for us to be obedient to God, because while you are on your journey of being obedient, he will tell you, he will show you things, or he will release things to you that brings you confirmation or clarity if it is that you are doing exactly what he wants you to do. He will let you know if you're on the right path. He will let you know if you're doing what it is that he needs you to do. And right away, you guys, I literally just got that confirmation a while ago. I literally just got that confirmation while talking to you guys that yes, this is what God wants me to do. I have been asking him for the longest while, like, God, I am doing these videos. I've been trying to do YouTube for the last 4 years. Like, you brought this major life shift in my life. I am no longer in corporate. I'm at home with my children, and here I am trying to figure out which way do you want me to go. And I could not pencil it out, you guys. I just felt like I was all over the place until I literally just said it out of my mouth a while ago. He just wants me to focus on lifestyle content. And the reason why he wanted me to focus on lifestyle is because he needed me to go through a reinvention process. He needed to reinvent me. He needed me to change my mindset and the way how I have been living, from just being this so rigid corporate girly to one that is living a very soft, feminine, fulfilling motherhood, self-care, self-love, all of the above, God-centered lifestyle. God wants me to focus on lifestyle content, and that I can say is the reason why I have been so motivated of recently to push out content on how to reinvent yourself, because reinventing yourself is not a one-time thing. It is a lifestyle. It is something that we will have to do every single day. It is something that we will have to ensure that we remain dedicated to. And pouring into yourself requires work. It's going to require some time, and even though you have major life changes that we are not able to escape from, like motherhood, relocation, going through a divorce, all of the above that I am experiencing right now in my life, is something that is worth sharing, because it is me learning how to reinvent myself and to find back my footing again. And this is something that I know I'm not the only one going through. I know there are many women out there going through the same thing as well, where motherhood or divorce or marriage or relocation or a new job, whatever it may be, have caused you to shift from the identity of yourself that you are used to, and you are now required to reinvent a new version of yourself that, as I said before, you simply do not know. So this is one that I am so motivated to share with you guys. I am finally feeling as though I know the path to take for my life, and that's why I say, you guys, in all of my videos, reinvention has to be about you, and you cannot leave God out of the plan. Jeremiah 29 verse 11, for he knows the plan that he has for you. And even though you know the things that you want for yourself, God knows best, and because he knows best, sis, He's going to lead you into the right way, and he's going to give you all the motivation, the inspiration, the direction, everything that you need, Sean, to become that person who he has ordained you to become. And in my opinion, that is also reinvention. Girl, I gotta be sipping this. I gotta be sipping this matcha. This matcha is so good. I'm just sipping. Now, I don't even know the pathway that this video is taking right now. I'm just filming, because one thing that I've told myself is that I want my content to be very authentic. I want it to be a true representation of me. I want it to be a lifestyle as God said it should be. So because of that, I don't write scripts. I may write down pointers as to what I want to talk about. But for this specific video, I told myself that I just wanted it to be about my life, the major life shifts that I am going through right now, and how is it that I'm finding my footing, how is it that I'm rediscovering myself, how is it that I'm adjusting to this new lifestyle while still becoming that person who I know I've always dreamt of becoming. So if you're on the same life path, sis, where you're saying to yourself, okay, there are so many life changes, I feel like I have been knocked off my feet completely, I don't know if I should go left, right, I don't know if I'm going the right way, I don't know. I kid you not when I say I felt the exact same way like you. I was for a hot minute so confused as to what I needed to do, and as you guys realize in this video is when I really got that revelation. Lifestyle. You just need to do lifestyle content. Show the lifestyle that you know have to be living. Show the reinvention process that I have to be going through now that I'm going through divorce, being a single mom of 2 children, living in a whole new country that is completely different from Jamaica. And if you guys know anything about New York City is like New York City. Exactly what you think New York City is what New York City is. But I must say it is very wonderful here. It is very beautiful here. And every single day I am learning how to give God thanks and praise and gratitude for the opportunity to live in this very timeless city that most people would love to come. And I'm thanking him every single day that he has chosen me as one of those persons who he can trust to fulfill his mission being here in New York City, and while at the same time living the lifestyle that he has called me to live with my 2 children, and adjusting to all of these major life changes that he has placed in my life so that I can reinvent myself and share that with you guys. I was so not expecting this video to go this way. I kid you guys not, because as I said, I just said to God, you know what, I'm going to do this video from my heart. I don't want to write a script. I don't want to feel like I am not being authentic. I just want to remain natural. So what you're seeing here is the natural me, is the me that loves to smile. I love to giggle. I love to giggle, you guys, and even when I'm super stressed, even when I'm not feeling my best, I try my very best to smile. I try my very best to not be a grumpy person. Even though I have many days when I feel like I am complete crap, there are many days when I cry, there are many days when I feel like I want to give up, but the bottom line is I have a very bright spirit inside, and I want to share that with you guys. I want to share the good part of the reinvention process as well as the challenging part of the reinvention process. I want to share my journey as to how I am evolving every single day, taking care of my children while also living in this new city, as I said before, and doing the work that God has called me to do, and the lifestyle that he has called me to live. And every single day I am trying my very best to put myself in accordance to the vision that he has shown me, and that is to ensure that I'm doing my exercise, I'm doing my meal preps, I'm eating properly, I am being very feminine, I'm being very soft, I'm being the mother that he has called me to be, and I am just evolving by also going forth and living out the dreams that I have for myself, that I know he has approved for me. Not the ones that he has not approved, you guys, but the dreams that he has approved that I can go ahead and pursue for my personal life while also adjusting to these major life changes. So I don't think I have anything else to say. I really don't think I have anything else to say. I want to close off the video with me just doing my exercise. It's not what I want, it's what God has called me to, and that is lifestyle. God has called me to a different type of lifestyle that I am used to, And that is a lifestyle where I'm prioritizing myself while also looking out for my children and empowering women who would love to also evolve, even though they have this very similar life changes in their lives like what I presently have in mine. And as I said, that is motherhood, going through divorce. You have to relocate, you have to find a new job, you have to leave your corporate, now you're a full-time stay-at-home mom. Oh my god!
Oh no!
I broke it, you guys.
Maybe you could take.
You see, it's a good thing that it broke. It's a good thing that it breaks. Have you ever heard them say that when you are doing something or when something great is about to happen in your life and a glass breaks, it is good luck? That literally just happened on camera. Like, girl. I know my son is in the background and he's like, you're gonna get so many subscribers, and I kid you not, I just know it, I just feel it. You guys also saying this girl is crazy. No, I'm not crazy, it's just who I am. I'm learning to love people. Learning, don't forget the learning part. I'm learning to love people, but that's just who I am, and that's what you will get. The authentic me, who is a bit crazy. I'm a bit loud sometimes, but I'm trying to be soft, I'm trying to be tender, I'm trying to be mild, because I have a baby girl and I don't want her to be loud and vulgar. So I have to maintain my composure, and I also have to live up to the woman that God has called me to live. So on that note, while you will still see some of my authentic side, I still have to remember that I am being reinvented. I am being transformed, and a part of that is that word. That word. So my straw broke on camera. Yes, I'm going to get so much
likes and subscribers.
My baby girl is napping, you guys, and I literally have to make the very best of doing what I need to do in the time when she's napping. So as I said, reinventing myself, and these are just some of the things that I have to ensure that I am doing while I have the free time, and that is pouring into myself, looking cute, putting myself together, doing my exercise, whatever it is, my journaling, doing my journaling, which I'm not 100% on, but I'm getting there. So anything that I know I need to do to pour into myself, that is what I'm going to be doing once it is that I don't have to be 100% zoned in on taking care of my children. And as I said before, you need to create a schedule, sis, that is surrounding you, not one that is surrounding your circumstance. I think that is the core point of this entire video in reinventing yourself. I believe that's what this entire video is about, and that's all the message that you really need to get from this video. It is simple. Reinventing yourself is you going through a process of becoming somebody that you are not yet, and at the same time creating a schedule that will now allow you to become that new version of yourself that surrounds you, and not one that surrounds your circumstance. Like, girl, it has to surround you if you want to reinvent yourself while making it also very much effective. I'm going to go do my exercise right now. I'm going to go lift those 15-pound dumbbells. Those things are hard, they are heavy, but at the same time, it's a part of me living the lifestyle that God has called me to live, and one that He wants me to share with you guys as well. So girl, if you don't have your dumbbells as yet, go ahead and buy your $17 dumbbells from TJ Maxx on Amazon, wherever you need to buy them. If it is that you're not able to go to the gym, go ahead and get that workout done at home, because at the end of the day, you can't be reinventing yourself but your health care is in shambles. Doesn't work like that, okay? Here, so let's close out our FaceTime right here, and we are going to go get our exercise in, and of course I will see you, sister, in the next video. By the way, if you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? The next time you come on my FaceTime, I'm going to just block you because you're watching my FaceTime and you're not subscribing to the platform. Like, girl, are you crazy? So go ahead and subscribe, like, comment, all of the above, and I will see you in the next one.
Ceiling fan blowing cold breeze on your body. I can't tell you really what it is, but you got it. Makeup in the morning, you got dresses in your closet, but you grab them tight, you in love with being modest. You a move body giving center views, I'm just saying I'm amused, but you ain't even flexing. And you cool, tatted up, cover wounds, different vibe, you know improved, but you ain't even flexing. And You ain't gotta try too hard. Number one fan, yes, I applaud. Got me think about inside the moss. Words cut deep, it's like a sword. Making me better, you hotter than pepper. You with a big stepper who chasing the cheddar. All of these women, they not on your level. You like a mix of business and pleasure. You a move by you giving scene views. I'm just saying I'm amused, but you ain't even flexing. Think you cool, tatted up, cover warm, different vibe, you new improved. But you ain't even flexing. 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 But you ain't even flexing.
You depend on my weakness, satisfying you while I keep bleeding. I don't know why you act like you innocent. You wanna take a piece of my heart again. I'll get you up, cause I just don't know. Something in your eyes.
I don't care what anybody says, but exercising is not for the weak. You got to be so mentally strong and dedicated to do this thing. It is not funny, but I did my walk this morning already on my walking pad, so I just needed to get like about 10 minutes into my weightlifting for the day, because I don't do too much of each for the day. But girl, that's it. See you in the next one. Bye.